Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These are the 2021 year ahead readings. It has taken me a while to get all of them out, but they should all be up this weekend, and then I'll go into Capricorn season readings for the elements. I don't remember the order off the top. And then I'll just do one monthly reading for all signs for January since I'm running behind on these. You could be dealing with a Libra. I'm seeing a lot of justice energy here. Or, you know, someone who has Libra in their chart, or that may be you. Ace of Cups is your first card coming up in January. I'm going to lay all the cards out first. We're using the Cosmic Tarot. We'll clarify using a different tarot deck, and then we'll get oracle card guidance at the end. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if the reading resonates, right? I have Wands. Could be also connecting with a fire sign, possibly Sagittarius. We're seeing earth energy now, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like for some of you, this could be about you disconnecting from an air sign, or maybe someone else that you're connecting with. I'm just, again, like hearkening back to that Libra energy. It seems like it's something, you know, it could be a legal situation, of course. It could also just be talking about, I'm getting like the words karmic justice, almost like, you know, a cycle, a relationship, a situation, an environment that is meant to come to an end here. Okay, so in January, like I said, you have, oh wait, we have one more card. So the High Priestess reverse is showing up as your energy for the year. I'm going to turn it around because this could just be talking about, you know, sort of information, news kind of coming to light. And I really feel like, you know, for a lot of people, this year is very much so about your grounding, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your intuition. And more than that, it's like really trusting your intuition, you know, acting upon and communicating your truth, right? Which is central to self-care, right? Which is the message of this Ace of Cups. So this Ace of Cups asks that you know, do not pour from an empty cup, that you fill up your own cup so that your cup overflows, so that everything that you sort of pour into and that you invest into, right, is getting like the best of you. And so you could be really focusing, you know, on self-care. I'm getting like maybe even focusing on your health, mentally or physically, emotionally, spiritually, right? With this Ace of Cups card. It could also be talking about, you know, developments perhaps in connection, something around the heart space, you know, potentially sort of taking something to a new level or thinking about it, you know, that could be part of the energy of this year as well. Eight of Wands reverse is showing up here in February. Okay, so I'm getting like I was brought immediately back to that High Priestess, which initially came out reverse. So again, for a lot of you, I do feel like this is about, you know, communication, whether it's external communication with other people, could be about a myriad of things. But I do feel like it's about, you know, options, kind of like, you know, if we're talking about a relationship, it's like talking about what are the different directions we can go into. Maybe do we want to move in, travel together, that type of stuff. Could also be talking about options that you're thinking about, or again, sort of opportunities that may be coming forward in a work sort of environment or situation. Again, for some of you, this may be related to a fire energy, whether it's you, whether it's someone around you, right? This could be a change happening around your work, you or someone that you're connecting to. Could be like several months down the line. I'm just getting something about the number 8, right? So it could be 8 months, think along the lines of like August to September. And yeah, I get a lot of actually Aquarian energy off of this card, even though it's a fire card. I just see sort of that zigzag reminds me of like the Aquarian astrology symbol. Okay, but again, I do feel like there's like almost like there's a hesitancy to sort of really listen to, or again, kind of like pay attention to or trust your intuitive knowledge and sort of understandings. Okay. Where your intuition sort of is calling you to go. And for me, this really seems to be talking about, again, your heart space, right? So again, it could be talking about relationships, connections, but it could also be talking about, really following your life path and purpose, right? And your passions in that regard. In March, you have the Death card, Scorpio energy, okay? Because there is a lot of water energy coming up in your reading as well. That could be you. Again, that could be someone that you're connecting with, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. The Death always talks about endings, right? Endings and new beginnings. For some of you, I do feel like, this could be speaking to some type of loss that's happening, maybe in the first few months of this year. Maybe it's already happened and it's like it's just sort of coming up now, to sort of be dealt with. But again, it sort of feels like this changing of the guard, changing of cycles, like a new sort of age being ushered in, right? And Aquarius, like that's pretty on point for your sign, because with sort of the shifting planetary energies that we had the tail end of last year and going into this year, a lot of people are doubling it that we've entered the age of Aquarius, right? So it could be along the lines of that as well, right? That this is talking about, very high level collective shifts, but obviously that has an impact on our individual sort of stories and lives, right? So in April, you have the 8 of Cups reverse. Again, for some of you, this could be talking about a water energy. Of course, it could also be talking about, someone or something that, again, you've walked away from, or there's like a cycle that's closing out here. I do feel like someone has difficulty detaching, okay? If you notice, you have 3 8 cards here, 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords coming up later, all reversed. So these all speak to me about, possibly a past connection, maybe someone coming in, trying to communicate. I feel like someone shutting that down. I feel like someone may be struggling here a little bit too, in terms of not just their emotions, but also in terms of ways they might be trying to cope. Again, apply that however it may resonate. In May, you have more air energy here. So could be another Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I do feel like, again, this speaks to some type of information or communication coming out. I do, again, feel like this might be about a connection, okay? Or if not, something you're directly involved in, perhaps a different connection, right? That you're finding out information about, or someone is communicating something about that to you. In June, you have the Emperor card reversed. So this could be talking about, we could be talking about a dynamic where there was a committed partnership before, or, and again, that could sort of be changing. That could be on the outs here. We do have a few cards that might speak to that. Again, this 8 of Swords reverse, the 8 of Cups reverse as well. There feels like a very kind of push-pull effect. Feels like maybe there's likely a very strong tie, a very strong connection here, and that might be why that this energy has been coming up a lot as well. For others of you too, again, I do feel like there could be some changes that are happening around the work, or around the work. Why did I say it that way? That's weird. This came up in another reading, maybe Virgo. I can't remember. I feel like it was one of the ones that I did today. So it's either Virgo or Leo, but it just feels like someone has sort of attained a certain level of success, or reached a certain, level sort of perhaps in work, and they're just ready to do something new, because it just feels like the sort of fulfillment isn't quite there, right? Kind of similar energies, like if we're talking about sort of a relationship that has run its course, or, a work sort of theme that has run its course. In July, you have the 9 of Wands, right? More fire energy here. Specifically Sagittarius, but really could be any sort of fire energy. I do feel like, the 9 of Wands has this connotation. It's the wounded warrior card, right? So again, if this is you, whether this is someone that you're connected with, I feel like the reason why we have the Ace of Cups here and the High Priestess, right? Pouring into oneself, finding that sense of inner balance, really, again, paying attention to and more importantly, sort of having faith and trusting your intuition. It's because maybe someone has past experiences, right? Where they have been hurt, where they have been wounded, that may cause conflict internally for them, maybe even externally, right? It sort of may cause disagreements or fights, perhaps even inadvertently, but it can happen, right? And I feel like that's a challenge to sort of this Four of Wands energy that I'm getting, which is like trying to build trying to sort of build a new kind of stable, solid foundation, okay? August, you have King of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy here. It's interesting because it's coming up reverse of this Emperor energy right in the month of June. This is again coming up in the month of August. So again, I just sort of feel this turnaround in terms of work. Again, it sort of, if we use the example of like someone sort of reaching a certain level of success, it's like even if they sort of set out on starting something new, it's like they become sort of expert or successful in it quite quickly. Okay, I do feel like it requires some type of decision, right? Because I always am drawn to the Two of Pentacles in this depiction of the King of Pentacles. I do also feel like this could be about sort of choosing between two options, right? Potentially two partners, maybe a past person, maybe a more recent person. Again, could be you or someone that you're connecting with, specifically an earth sign, right? A Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Eight of Swords reverse coming up here in September. So again, I do feel like this is speaking to the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups reverse, likely speaking maybe to a past sort of, I almost said past life, which was probably the case as well, especially if it's a sort of difficult connection to kind of extricate yourself from. But I do feel like you're doing it here, right? With this Eight of Swords, this reverse talks about breaking free, right? No longer sort of going round and round in circles in a stuck or stagnant sort of cycle. In October, you have the Princess of Pentacles. So again, I'm getting that because we see this King of Pentacles here, right? So to that point, there could also be like, I'm getting this dynamic, right? With this Princess of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, kind of like an older, younger dynamic, possibly like boss employee, you know, parent child, could be like mentor mentee. And notice how in both of these cards, like I'm being drawn to the ram there, right? So again, someone who either has a lot of expertise or success in a certain area or will soon get there. And I feel like this energy of someone sort of starting out something new, learning, right? But we see this Princess of Pentacles, and then the very next energy in November is the Nine of Pentacles. So you can see how this change, okay, especially for those of you, this is speaking to a change in terms of work, okay? This change sort of, you know, happens quickly. Like the sort of gaining this Nine of Pentacles happens relatively quickly, right? This to me almost screams like, and of course it may not be so literal, but almost like an overnight sort of success. And again, that sort of feels like if there's a new sort of dynamic or element or kind of a new direction that you're going into. Very vaguely for some of you, this could also be talking about the energy of a child, again, whether it's you or someone that you are connecting with too. And in that sense, I sort of see someone building up a family foundation here, okay? And I'm seeing like the 10 of Pentacles. In December, I keep wanting to say Sagittarius season every time I get to the last card. So in December, you have the Seven of Cups reverse, right? I do feel like this is talking about, especially maybe if you've had romantic options or if you've had sort of confusion, you know, around your heart space, where again is your sort of intuition leading you to go, whether we're talking about relationships, whether we're talking about work. You really seem to get a very strong sense of clarity, okay? And again, I'm hearing the word balance as we close out the year. So good for you. All right, let's, I almost feel like we don't really need to clarify. I think maybe we'll just clarify this Eight of Wands reverse and the Emperor. I'm using the A.E. Waite Holographic Tarot to clarify. And then we'll get your Oracle card guidance, Aquas. Definitely could be, again, connecting with an air sign, or again, this is talking about heart-related matters. I do, again, feel this energy of like someone sort of thinking about making some type of offer or proposal. Could be the energy of an apology as well. And again, that seems like it would be more akin to that storyline of like a past sort of person or past energy coming back, okay? Clarify the Eight of Wands reverse. So this is saying you have the Hangman, okay? This is saying that you may be sort of feeling overwhelmed with messages, okay? And that could be, it's almost like you know, I'm seeing like this image of like someone who's just getting like inundated with kind of spiritual messages, you know, signs, synchronicities, things that you sort of think about in meditation or in your dream space, whether it's at night or like daydreaming, journaling even. And so this is saying like, just take a step back, right? It's almost like, imagine if you had like a sheet of paper with a bunch of writing on it. But if you were like zeroed in on the middle, right, you wouldn't be able to decipher what is written out on the whole sheet of paper. So it's like you have to take a step back and get the full picture, read the whole thing, right? And that's going to help you. It seems counterintuitive, right? That sometimes when it's like you feel like you're being inundated, right? Think about even in terms of work, right? Let's say you have like a boatload of tasks to get done. It seems counterintuitive to sort of take a step back, reprioritize, reassess, but that can actually help you to figure out how to best optimize your time and work the most efficiently and quickly, right? So clarify the Emperor reversed. So for the Emperor reverse, okay, and again, this could be talking about disconnecting, especially from a fire energy I am feeling here. Doesn't have to be. We do have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius all on the board. Could also, again, be talking about possibly another air sign as well, another Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So we have the Strength card here and we have the Six of Swords. I feel like this is talking about, you know, again, this is like saying that the strength here is in listening to your intuition in terms of, again, directionally where it is that you're trying to go here, right? Okay. So let's get your Oracle cards. We'll start with a numerology guidance. I feel like a lot of you may be going through spiritual awakenings this year, especially for any of you who may be experiencing what's called a Saturn return, okay, astrologically. Again, paying attention to all of that planetary movement in your sign this year. And I think it actually extends for a few years, at least in terms of some of the placements. I'm not an astrologer. So the number that you have, the numerology card, is the number 13, effort. So, and that's reminding me of this Strength card, right? Look at how that's very similar, like that yellow there, right? Again, relying on your inner strength, your inner knowledge to cut out that which no longer serves and move on. Again, could be you, could be someone that you're connecting with, right? Could be a situation that you're going through with someone else. So it says this card indicates a time when extra effort is required to overcome your current obstacles and challenges, as you are now being tested and your attitude is the key. Rather than surrender to self-pity, laziness, negativity, or frustration, you must utilize your inner power, for you are stronger than you think. When the going gets tough, the tough must get going. So pull yourself together and have faith in your success. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to call upon your inner and outer resources to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than succumb to quick fix solutions, shortcuts, or manipulation, you must plan, focus, and act with tenacity and drive. With effort and determination, you will break through all restrictions that are presently holding you back. And the affirmation here says, with optimism, faith, and effort, I overcome my challenges. And the final card is an Animal Spirit Oracle. This deck is by Colette Baron Reed. We'll get one card, read for it, and then close out the reading. Again, if the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications bell. My posting, as of now, is still pretty erratic. Part of my goal for this year is to get on a more regular schedule, but we shall see. But yeah, if you hit the notifications bell, you'll know. If you want to give me a follow over on social media, I usually post the clips over there as well. And I also post like additional card pulls over on my social media channels. You can book a personal reading. Of course, this is one style of reading that I offer. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Look at that. And number 35, which breaks down to yet another 8, right? And 8s are numbers of manifestation and abundance. I love this. Koala Spirit. Aquas. Okay. So let's read for this card and we'll close out your reading. I was going to do Taurus after this, but I'm feeling a little tired. We'll see. They might have to wait till the morning. So koala spirit, oracle message. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing the leaves, reminding us that life is not a race or competition. Chasing around after every distraction can keep us from recognizing that we have all we need and that spirit will always be there with gifts to sustain us. You are being asked to trust that by moving slowly with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to a power greater than yourself, you will be able to experience the manifestation of your desire. As you take your time enjoying the riches available to you right now, sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate the joy and abundance you seek. Spirit is here to help you discover happiness, pleasure, and contentment, all gifts that are yours now and in the future. Have faith and trust in Spirit's plan for you and know that you are loved and cherished. The protection message. Are you feeling uneasy and mistrustful of the world? Have you been hiding in a safe spot, afraid to venture out because you're convinced that life and other people will disappoint you? Koala Spirit has appeared to let you know that your faith is misplaced. The present safety you seek is already passing away because all things are temporary and outer conditions are always changing. Find your safety by placing your faith and trust in Spirit, who will grow the abundance that is already yours. Perhaps you are acting slowly and overly cautious because you lack faith that there is more for you out there than what you know. You may have boxed yourself into a safe place that has nothing else to give you and become so familiar with it that you have forgotten to explore. Are you feeling pessimistic and convinced there is nothing more out there for you? Koala Spirit reminds you that self-care, how did we start the reading, right, is meant to replenish you so that you can venture out again in faith, trusting that there is no limitation to the joy Spirit wants you to experience. Be good to yourself and reconnect with Spirit to reclaim your faith in things yet unseen. And that really draws me back to that High Priestess card, which again came up reverse, but it is the overall energy for the year. So I flipped it around there for you, just to sort of give you that extra push. Okay. So Aquas, again, this is your 2021 reading. I do hope that it resonates and helps. If it does, again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You can book a reading with me, including this style of reading, on my website. Subscribe to the newsletter, follow me over on social media, all that good stuff. In any case, thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care. Bye.